Hi everyone, our topic today is machine learning and social media, discovering how machine learning and AI have been used at common things we utilize daily in our lives, like social media. This presentation is created by Lauren, Angela, Jordan, machine learning and algorithms make up most of our AI advancements and applications that we use on a daily basis. It uses statistics to find data that is similar in massive amounts. It as well, as I said before, powers the applications that we use on a daily, such as the processors of Google, Netflix, Spotify, and many more. There are two types of AI today. General AI refers to machines that can learn, reason, and act for themselves, without a human involved in the decision-making process. General AI is meant to allow the machines to make their own decisions, the same way we or any other animal would. Narrow AI is used today in programs such as Siri to recognize who's in photos and detect credit card fraud as well. Narrow AI systems have been taught or learned how to carry out specific tasks without being explicitly programmed how to do so. The definition of AI as well continues to evolve with no one set of definition as we continue making
Okay, so now that
technological
we have an idea of what
advancements.
machine learning and artificial intelligence is, I want to talk about the evolution of this technology. First we have in 1943, this is the first case of neural networks, and this is the foundation of our machine learning, the first sighting of machine learning. And this is important. This is like Iron Man, when Tony Stark is able to build his first suit in a cave. That's the equivalent to this 1943 first case of neural networks. So that's super important. And then in 1958, that's when they were able to develop a better structure of this first technology. So in 1952, this is when the computer was able to start learning while doing. And so the example that they had was checkers. And so while the computer was playing a human component, a human opponent, the computer was able to learn better and faster moves while playing. And then we have slow learning and deep learning, but in 1967 is arguably one of the most important dates of machine learning, and this is when the computer was able to start recognizing certain patterns. So whether that be words, whether that be phrases or numbers, that's when the computer was really able to develop and deepen that knowledge. And then in 1997, this is also kind of a progression of that 1952 date where they played checkers. Well, here they played, IBM created this software system called Deep Blue, and this system was able to defeat play chess and defeat the world's best chess player, which is incredible. That's how progressive machine learning has become up until like the 2000s. So then like post 2000s is more like modern machine learning, and that's where we see more of like social media companies and technology companies use algorithms, artificial intelligence, and machine learning into their platforms and into their technologies. And I guess an example of this would be in 2014 when Facebook develops DeepFace, and DeepFace is a recognition system, face recognition system. So when you go into Facebook and you're like, oh, Charlie is in this picture, Barry is in this picture, Lauren is in this picture, that's what that algorithm was designed to do. So here, I guess, is just an example of how.
So what are the differences between machine learning and artificial intelligence? There's not so much of a difference, rather than machine learning is one piece of the puzzle, while artificial intelligence is the entire complete puzzle. So machine learning is one application within AI where it teaches a machine on how to learn. So main applications for machine learning is collecting data and finding patterns, connecting dots within said data to provide kind of recommendations to you. So one well-known example will be Netflix. Netflix recommends movies, shows to you based on what you've been watching before. So it collects information from your account, and not only your account, but the thousands and millions of other accounts that Netflix has, and it kind of looks through what other users have been watching, and if their shows and movies that they've been watching are similar to yours, they'll recommend it based on what other users have been watching. So it's a large amount of data sets that it uses to kind of compare on what likely would happen. And artificial intelligence, as I said before, is the entire complete puzzle, where it takes methods such as machine learning, deep learning, and the goal is to create a machine that is intelligent, understands requests, and draws conclusions for itself. So it can make the best possible choices for you, and it kind of provides a little more extra value for you rather
Okay,
than
and now
just
I'm going to talk a little bit
recommendations.
about how these social media companies use these specific technologies into their platforms. And right now, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube are the three most commonly used social media platforms used in the US. And this is by a 2020 marketing benchmark reports. And so basically, each company has algorithms designed to do specific things. So let's take Instagram, for example. When you go into Instagram and a post, the first post that you see, whether it be a photo or a video, why are you seeing this specific post? And that is because they develop an algorithm to do three things. You're seeing this post for three things, and the first one is timing. And so when did you see that post? Was it at 10 a.m. or 10 p.m.? And then you have relevancy. So let's say you have all these different followers, but your interests are more catered to traveling, and you rather see travel related content. And so out of all this posts, you're most likely to see the post that is most related to travel. And then the last thing that Instagram uses their algorithms for is for engagement. So let's say you are looking at a post that you're going to most likely see a person or a user or content based on the person that has more followers or more views or more reposts or stuff that is more sent. And so timing, relevancy, and then engagement are the three factors that go into the Instagram algorithms. And it's different for YouTube. So YouTube is a little similar, but still different. So the first thing that they measure, so when you go into YouTube and you type in the search box, what's important for content to come up is your keywords and your tags. So that is what descriptions you're using in your video, what hashtags and what tags in general that you are using, and then your titles. So if that matches with the user's inputted search box thing, then that is what is going to determine what video comes up. But it's not just that, but it's also watch time and how many watch minutes a video or a channel has. So let's say you go in and you search something, the video with more watch time or the channel that has more watch time minutes is going to appear first than the person who has just started their YouTube channel. And so lastly, then we have TikTok, which is very different from all of the social media platforms. And so they're going to post stuff and give you content that's related to your interest and that's popular based on your area, language, and just geographic region. But what's different about TikTok is that they post stuff that's popular that you would like, but your influence and your engagement does not affect whether or not a video gets posted. So that's the reason why you could see a video that has 30,000 likes in one, and then the next video that you have has only 26 likes. That engagement and influence does not influence what recommendations.
The advantages and disadvantages of machine learning. There is an increase of speed as they have access to data really fast. It is really good to analyze different stuff in massive scales as they have many availability to data and many resources. It is really good to identify different patterns as they have access to many apps and is compatible to many programs and applications. Therefore, they're able to do different analysis and therefore identify buying patterns and stuff. There is always a continued improvement, which means that machine learning algorithms are capable of learning each time on the data we provide, and as new data is provided, we have new models and new decision-making tools to help different companies. It's also really efficient and accurate. One of the main disadvantages of this is the cost, as at this point is very expensive. Another disadvantage is data acquisition and content misinterpretation, as sometimes this data can tend to misleading conclusions. And finally, there is also ethical considerations, like we've seen in the past with social media, like Facebook acquiring the data of the different individuals and users without the authorization, which puts in a way the user at risk.
We are now going to discuss the future of machine learning. Machine learning will continue to be extremely impactful to the world in numerous ways, starting with improved unsupervised algorithms, which many industries are already using to make predictions from the data sets when only input data is available without output variables. This application will affect the future of machine learning and lead to a greater level of accuracy in analysis. Increased adoption of quantum computing is another application that many companies plan to leverage in the future. Companies such as Google and Microsoft are already using this to improve their performance. Quantum computers, when used with machine learning, result in faster processing of data and improved ability to draw useful insight from a dataset. Enhanced personalization. When considering enhanced personalization, it is clear this application is impacting many as marketing leaders are adopting it to gain customers and sales. This algorithm is used to draw conclusions regarding people's interests based on the user's browsing activity. This application will only grow in use in the future, and I'm sure many of you have already experienced this kind of application. Improved cognitive services. Cognitive services continue to evolve and are expected to be extremely impactful. They allow coders to add intelligent capabilities to their applications. Thanks to this application, devices are also becoming more responsive by the day. And finally, robots. Robots with the use of machine learning algorithms are projected to grow in use in the business world. This will improve the speed of executing tasks and therefore will result in greater productivity. This is already being seen with the Amazon Prime Air Drone Delivery project. In conclusion, several applications will shape the future whether used by social media or businesses. Machine learning will lead to a higher level of productivity, greater insight, and improve customer experiences around the world.
Alright guys, so that is the conclusion of our presentation. Here we would like to leave you with two other quotes just about artificial intelligence and how, they're going to play a big part not only in our personal lives, but within industries and businesses and medicine and all of the above. So thank you guys. Thank you for listening to our presentation and hope you guys have a great day.